Rest in peace, cable TV. I still only use cable so I can watch my WWE shows. Other than that, that's it. Like, honestly, my NBA is viewed through other mediums, and cable TV is honestly dead to me, and a lot of people that I know have switched over to streaming. There's very few people I know with cable, and those people all watch NFL, so I feel like once that jumps ship to a streaming service, cable might be cooked. And today we're going to be mourning the life of cable TV and all its gloriousness. So hopefully you enjoy. This is called The Death of Cable TV.
Can't get enough tugging? Go to extratug.com for exclusive content that YouTube won't let me post, and also a bunch of other cool things. Okay, thank you. When Netflix premiered House of Cards in 2013, viewers were treated to an opening scene showing Kevin Spacey committing animal cruelty with a foghorn leghorn accent. And just as he smothered the random dog in some roundabout analogy, this little artistic move had Netflix themselves smothering the entertainment vessel we sailed on our whole lives, cable TV. Not only did this jaw-dropping television show show all of us that cable television wasn't the only place you could go to nowadays for well-written, good television, it also showed that Kevin Spacey is really good at playing an evil person. Where is he pulling that energy from? It's 2013, so we won't ask any more questions. The life and death of cable TV is something that I hold near to my heart. This isn't like hearing about how CDs took over cassettes or how DVDs took over VHS. This isn't some long gone technology that Gen Xers whine about. This is us. Like, we lived through this. We all saw what happened here. We all sat around the blue light campfire and watched cable TV die. But it wasn't always a joke of a medium. Cable TV, for a lack of a better term, was the balls. It was dope. With cable TV, consumers had access to hundreds of channels covering every topic imaginable, including a version of Comedy Central that didn't just air the same reruns of The Office all day, every day. We could just turn on the TV and watch the coolest music videos of all time, anytime. We could watch Spike TV, which was like if a pair of boobs and a tall boy decided to make TV programming. We used to be a proper country before cable TV became the family dog that had 1 or 2 vet appointments before it's finally gonna get put down. So let's hold hands and talk about everything that went right and wrong with cable television. And maybe realize at the same time that streaming is making every fucking mistake possible that cable TV already made. Because if we don't learn from history, then something bad happens. I don't know if that's the right quote, but I
Look, bro. This is my thought. Cable really shouldn't have went away, bro. Like, I understand streaming and everything. Like, streaming is cool. But I think it became too saturated. And eventually, all these, like, independent streaming apps and all this stuff, they're all gonna combine under one. You're already seeing it a lot with, like, Paramount. Cause there's some titans. There's some titans in there. Like, you got Paramount, Netflix, Hulu. I would even put Max in there too. But other than that, dude, I think that might be it. And there's so many other, like, little sites and stuff. I'm telling you, bro, it's not gonna end well, bro. It's not. So what's gonna end up happening is everybody's gonna end up going to one platform, and it's basically gonna be cable all over again. But we're gonna be paying like $30 to $40 for one streaming service every single month. We're gonna be paying $30 to $40 a month. And it's going to make more money than cable because instead of your whole household having it, a lot of people are going to have it individually, bro. I'm telling you. It's all going to come full circle, bro. Same reason why you got like 2 Netflix accounts in your house sometimes.
So despite the fact that television is not outdated as we all think, I do think I have to explain a few things here. Like, cable TV and broadcast TV are not the same thing. These are different concepts. I know some of you are groaning at the fact that I have to explain that, but some people were born after 2007 and can operate a computer, so we have to go through these things. Broadcast TV uses public airways that can be picked up by basically any TV out there. You ever hear about those things called rabbit ears? Like those big sticks that would stick out of your TV and you'd have to adjust them to get channels? That's broadcast TV, except they did stop doing that when they moved over to like the technology version of it, but whatever, it's like everyone's getting it for free. These include the NCIS and Dick Wolf Cartel Networks, CBS and NBC, for example. PBS also, which is why whenever you meet someone who was poor when they were a child, they don't know anything about SpongeBob, but they can sing the entire theme song to Rough Ruffman verbatim. Broadcast survives via ad dollars from its highbrow art of the common television commercial. Cable television networks like Animal Planet still depend on ads, but they could do a little bit more, like show my kid self how various farm animals give birth. They don't use public airways and they require a subscription-based service. And the cable companies always operate with the highest ethical concern and are always really cool about that shit. Those subscriptions they have, they're not scams at all. Cable TV was revolutionary in its distribution of over-the-air programming to places with poor broadcast reception. This was dish TV. Like, there was no actual cable, but you put a disc on your roof that looked like an anal probe, and then you could enjoy the X-Files like everyone else, unless it was raining or snowing or it was a
I was just about to say, bro, I never had Dish. I've always had cable. Well, I mean, after the antenna thing, like, we had that too. But I had a friend that had Dish. Bro, when I tell you that, like, it would rain, it would do something, like, literally any minor inconvenience. It was too windy outside sometimes. Like, he's like, oh yeah, my connection's a little, like, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Because we would watch TV while we were on the phone and playing RuneScape. Crazy combination, right? And it'd just be like, yeah, dude, Dish, bro. He's like, don't get Dish. I'm like, I'm not playing it on a game. Like, I got cable, bro. And I just was like, why do people have this stuff? But when it worked well. I'm not gonna lie. When it worked, it worked. And they had a lot more channels than I did for a little bit. But then we got more channels eventually. But yeah, that was like the only upside I saw. Like, they had channels and they had was it video on demand, I think, where you can like pause a live show and then rewind it. And then, dude, it was so fire. And then you could skip the commercials, basically. So fire. I low-key miss cable TV, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
A little too hot or a little too cold that day, or the sun was out. The best thing about cable TV over broadcast was the specialty networks based on specific genres like science fiction or Guy Fieri. With cable networks catering to different niche audiences, the push to diversify programming grew as more people had access to cable, freeing them from the clutches of the 3-channel lifestyle. There was basic cable at first, and then there was more premium cable that let you swear a lot and show boobs sometimes. Usually side boob, but you could show boobs. And those two things were the coolest things a 5th grader could get his hands on. So it was always fun to go over a friend's house that had premium cable, and when their parents went to sleep, y'all watched boobs. It was fun. Putting things in your mouth. You do it, I do it, everyone's doing it. In recent years, adult human beings have things you know that like their device. Hume is so free. Play yourself and whole party could become the perfect addition to talk you. HBO was just talking about cable. We got to talk about the big hitter of the industry, which
I thought my ad sensors were tingling, but then it didn't look like it at first. I was like, wait, what? Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Of course, was HBO. HBO was just the dopest place to watch the dopest shit imaginable while staying inside your home. It was a game-changing concept in the American media landscape. Homebox.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Allegedly, I ain't never paid for HBO, but I have enjoyed HBO's experience. I do with that information what you will.
Office was founded in 1972, offering uncut and commercial-free movies, which was revolutionary before streaming made our brains all small and peanut-like. It was especially wild back then, because if you wanted to watch a movie that wasn't in theaters, whoops. That you shouldn't think that, because that's impossible. I mean, yes, they did play movies sometimes on broadcast TV, but they were really old and no one cared about them, and also they would cut them down so they would fit into the TV format, and it just sucked. So HBO was filling that void. Before Game of Thrones and The Sopranos, HBO offered its first original series on September 8th, 1972, called Martha's Attic. And it had a different kind of anti-hero that HBO became famous for over time. Instead of a rough and rowdy, down-to-earth white guy, it actually was showing off a puppet. It was a puppet show for kids. Weird start to what this channel would become. The only notable thing in the 70s was like behind the NFL or inside the NFL. It was a show for dads, and dads loved it everywhere. They rejoiced. By the 80s, the network branched out with more puppets for some reason with Fraggle Rock, but other hit shows like Philip Marlowe, Private Eye, and Tales of the Crypt came around. Fun fact, the dude from Tales from the Crypt is my sleep paralysis demon. That dude was way too scary to be a Jim Henson creation. By the end of the 90s, HBO really cemented its status of prestige that we all know it for today, with the yearly premieres of iconic shows Oz in 97, Sex and the City in 98, and The Sopranos in 99. So HBO was showing everybody that cable could be pretty dope as fuck, but that had some pretty unintended consequences. Ted Turner is a name we have to bring up. Ted Turner is a piece of shit. Nicknamed Terrible Ted and the Captain Outrageous, he became one of our biggest media moguls. His untreated manic brain created the 24-hour broadcasting model, whereas before the TV network shut down at the end of the night. Which one is crazy that they used to be like, all right, that's TV. Good night. We're just gonna play the American national anthem, and then we're just gonna not do anything until morning. And also, non-stop TV programming, that was a good move. That hasn't had unintended consequences on the way we consume media and also get our information. That's not ruining how the American brain. Good job, Ted. Turner started his career by being a college dropout, a tale as old as time. He was thrown out of college for having a girl in his dorm room. Ted Turner then set his sights on building an empire by acquiring different TV stations and airing things like secondhand programming in I Love Lucy and Bugs Bunny. Now I know what you're thinking, where did Ted Turner get all of this money? He dropped out of college and he was just acquiring TV stations? How would he do that? His dad was rich. You could have guessed it. His dad was rich. He had a bunch of billboards. He was a billboard media mogul. A lot of old school film fans hated Ted Turner's guts because he kept recoloring old black and white movies. Famous pile of creamed corn Roger Ebert referred to this desecration of old films as vulgarity of computerized graffiti gangs. I think Roger Ebert was a piece of shit. I don't like that guy, but he made a good point. You don't want to cross film fans. You don't want to get against the letterbox brigade. There's no...
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's facts. That's fact. There's a couple groups of people that you don't want to mess with, bro. There's a couple groups of people you don't want to mess with. It's the It's the people who are really die hard about an artist. I was just about to say Swifties, but it's not just them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's the Swifties. It's whatever Billie Eilish call her people. Us Olivia Rodrigo listeners, like, we're pretty cool, you know. But like, there's some fan bases out there that get a little too crazy now. All right. So most fan bases you do not want to mess with, bro. And on near the top of that list is film guys. Film, like, I'm talking about film guys though. The people who could, like, pull out a random movie quote from a movie from 1950. Like, what? Where did that movie come from? What? You don't enjoy this piece of cinema? Like, what? Like, and the people who can watch something that comes out in 2024 and immediately tell the reference that it was making back in, like, the 80s. It's like, oh, dude, they're just rehashing the same content. Like, those types of people, bro, you don't want to mess with them, bro. You just, hey, they say something, they like, oh, they say a fact or whatever, or a fun fact. Hey, you believe it, bro. I'm telling you.
Nothing more savage than a group of David Lynch fans heading for you. By 1979, Turner established the TBS
terrible.
Superstation, a first of its kind, offering an independent TV region-specific TV station to cable and satellite TV subscribers anywhere in the country. Soon, there was an explosion of cable channels with offerings for just about everyone. Before MTV became a dumpster of just what Rob Dyrdek shits out every day, it gave the music industry an entirely new visual medium and majorly impacted the look of commercials and TV movies at the time. People were just trying shit in music videos, and some of it worked out, and people were like, hey, yo, let's make a movie that looks like that. VH1 was kind of like that. It was originally created to play music videos appealing to an older audience, but then they realized that older people couldn't give a shit about this thing. They don't care about music videos, so that's not working out. Then they shifted to reality programming like Behind the Music, I Love the Decade series, The Surreal Life, and the spin-off Flavor of Love. And they kind of ruined MTV by doing that, because then MTV started making reality shows, and that was the death of MTV. Sorry, Jersey Shore was fun, but that it was peak this is over kind of content. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network battle for supremacy to keep the attention of dumb children who just want to watch cartoons all day, aka me. And the children often pick—
chill, gang, chill. The wars used to be entertaining, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I low-key want to see, does somebody have a video on YouTube of like inside the war between Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network? Because, bro, it was a lot of, at least to me as a kid, it just seemed really passive aggressive. Because I'm like, was that? They stopped doing it, like, the later it went on, like, maybe by, like, 2010 or something, it stopped, but, bro, it was really rough at first, like this little thing right here, bro, with Courage the Cowardly Dog, bro.
Children who just want kind of content. Like, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network battle for supremacy to keep the attention of dumb children.
Like, bro, it was like a lot of like weird
who
little
just
things.
Want to watch cartoons all day.
I don't even know who was making
and the
this
children
stuff.
often picked a side. It was like a civil war. Rugrats versus
Facts.
Johnny Bravo. SpongeBob versus Ed, Edd and Eddy. Cow and Chicken versus all that. And
wait, whoa. Wait, hold on.
Who just want to watch cartoons all day, aka me. And the children often picked a side. It was like a civil war. Rugrats versus Johnny Bravo.
For me personally, as a jit, I'm taking Rugrats over Johnny Bravo. Me personally.
Bravo. SpongeBob versus Ed, Edd.
Now, this is like, you got two titans. Two of the best at the peak of their game. And you're going to tell me to pick between the two of them? I'm not going to lie, bro. I might have to go SpongeBob. But that's only because I just recently watched some of the new, like, modern SpongeBob, right? Bro, it is still the same, bro. It is just as good, my nigga. Like, it's not bad, bro. I literally watched a full episode, not even just like moments or whatever. Like, I watched a full episode, or I guess two, because you know how they come back to back. And I ain't gonna lie, it was good. So it holds the test of time. We have yet to see an Ed, Edd and Eddy reboot, movie, anything. So, hey, for my entertainment money, I'm going SpongeBob. Nickelodeon's too
Cow and Chicken versus all that.
Now this doesn't even, now I ain't gonna lie, this shouldn't even be fair. All That's way better than Cow and Chicken, I ain't gonna lie. I like Cow and Chicken though, but I also really like All That. Especially like at the time when it came out, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon wins all of those battles, but those were cherry picked. ESPN gave sports guys the chance to watch a sport, then watch the highlights from that sport, and then watch a guy talk about the highlights from that sport. Truly masturbation level television. Comedy Central gave us some of the most iconic television series of all time, like South Park, Chappelle Show, and Reno 911. Why doesn't anyone talk about Reno 911 anymore? It was such a good show. Adult Swim's impact on animation and comedy is, I've already talked about it way too much. And some cable channels gave us hyper-focused programming, like the world's most epic tank battles and Ancient Aliens, both airing on History Channel, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was fun. We were having fun. Spike TV and G4 were channels for dudes and dudes only. HGTV, Oxygen, and TLC was for the ladies, for the dainty ladies. And
Bro, hold on though. Let me get in my Spike G4 bag real quick, okay? So look, G4, at least for me, I check this channel very seldom, right? Probably only on weekends. And if I didn't catch it on Saturday, I wasn't going back on Sunday, right? They had video game, like, news showcases and stuff. That was the only reason why I was watching that channel. Spike TV. Okay, there was 2 shows on Spike TV. Hold on, let me talk to you. Let me put y'all on game, bro. Let me put y'all on game real quick. This show right here, Mansers, bro. Something about this show was just different, bro. I don't know what it was. I'm scared to keep scrolling because I don't know what's gonna pop up. But this show was just different. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was just weird. Like, it was just, I don't know, bro. When I was watching this in middle school, bro. I really don't remember nothing about it for real. I just know that it was a weird show. And then 1,000 Ways to Die. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1,000 Ways to Die was tough, bro. 1,000 Ways. Mansers is honestly just Reddit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, ask Reddit, and then you just get, like, a bunch of, like, random dudes answering your questions for you. Like, that's basically what Mansers was. 1,000 Ways to Die, though, bro, this was peak television, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this was peak. Middle school me loved this show. I mean, I would still watch it now, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Fire, bro. Fire. I gotta find a video on Mansers, and I want to find a video on 1,000 Ways to Die, too. I want to relive a little bit of that nostalgia. Find some like-minded individuals like myself.
HGTV, Oxygen, and TLC was for the ladies, for the dainty ladies.
Yeah.
And I don't know if advertisers back then knew about non-binary folk, but if they did, it was probably Steven Universe, probably Cartoon Network. That did a lot for the culture. Then you have more nondescript channels like TBS, TNT, USA Network, True TV, and A&E, and they would just pump out whatever the fuck. They were just making content for anyone who would watch it. You turn on TNT and you're gonna watch an NBA Finals game, a home improvement show, and like a cooking show, all within a 2-hour block. It was pretty fun. But the term Golden Age only exists, and the ages that follow it were notably shittier than the ones that preceded it. And oh boy.
Because look, chat, I ain't gonna lie. Recently, I was in a hotel, right? Bro, it felt so refreshing to be in a hotel with cable, bruh. Like, I was just watching the ads. I was watching everything just glued to the screen. Like, I was locked in. I think I was watching Rick and Morty. I was on Adult Swim. It was one of the episodes from this past season that I haven't seen, so it was like something that like was worth watching for me, right? And dude, it was just mind blowing. I'm like, wow, this is crazy, bro. Like, the ads, the everything, it's all the same. It's still here, bro. I just don't know when they're finally gonna just put the nail in the coffin. I think it might be after NFL, because I think if NFL makes a successful transition to streaming and like retains most of their viewership, if not all of it, then I think the NBA would follow suit. Then, you know, like, because I think soccer's already on most streaming platforms, right?
Like,
you don't need cable to watch soccer.
They got real shitty real fast. Soon after his peak, cable TV was fully oversaturated with many channels covering the same ground and lots of the same shows were airing. Lucrative syndication deals became the goal for any television show, leading so many shows to sputter in terrible final seasons just to reach the number of episodes needed to get syndication. Syndication gave networks an option that was way cheaper than making your own original programming. So naturally, the business geniuses just gave up on making good shows and just said, hey, let's just air Friends and Seinfeld until we die. MTV is the biggest culprit of this bullshit, by the way. That channel has been a well-known joke for many years. With ridiculousness occupying most of the broadcast hours in the week, the channel has become an unkillable zombie version of its former self. They completely gave up and focused on Paramount Plus. Actually, any Viacom channel has done that. Go watch Adult Swim on the TV. Go tonight, stay up a little late and watch Adult Swim. There's no more ads on that channel. It's just ads for Paramount Plus. They've given up on trying to make money, just sending people to Paramount. Speaking of which, I don't think Cartoon Network even exists anymore. Like, the channel is still up, but like, people on Twitter who used to work there say like, the channel is pretty much gone. Like, no one works at Cartoon Network anymore. And that's fucking scary. All of the TV networks were forced against their will to shift their focus onto their own streaming platforms, which most of which haven't made a profit yet, and by the time this video is out, could already be shut down. I mean, Peacock? That shit sucks and it's not gonna be around for long. Not to mention everything is on YouTube. I mean, the internet, people don't talk about how much the internet fucked over cable TV. I mean, have you talked to someone born after 2005? They wouldn't know how to find a channel on the TV. All the media they consume comes from the internet. The true beginning of the end from when cable TV threw in the towel was when they started airing streaming shows on cable TV. Like, they started showing BoJack Horseman on TNT or whatever. They said, you know what, you win. It's over. We're just gonna, you guys are doing everything. We're just gonna pretend to be you in a Uno reverse card. When I have access to it, I'll admit, I watch cable TV to bring myself back to a simpler time.
Facts.
Sitting down and watching Shark Tank
Yep.
again makes me feel, it's like, I feel simple. I feel simple. Having genuine ad breaks too, I miss that. Not the shit YouTube does where I'm just watching the dime bar at the bottom go down so I can hit the skip button. Or the shit Hulu does where it just shows me the same ad 7 times in a row. But just hearing a cheesy...
Bro, oh my god, bro. I thought that was just my algorithm. I thought my algorithm was cooked. That happens to everybody? Bro, when I tell you I watched, it was 180 seconds on Hulu. I watched the timer go down and I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, you can fit a good amount of ads in 3 minutes, bro. YouTube does it with 15 seconds, right? So you can fit a lot of ads in a 180, okay? Hold on, though. It starts playing, boom. The ad's over, right? Another ad plays. We're maybe at, like, close to, like, we're at 100, maybe 90 seconds left. The same 2 ads play again. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on here? And then the last ad will be, like, something different right before the show comes on. And I'm like, why did they do that? Like, do advertisers just not like the stuff, like... Do I not have nobody trying to advertise to me? Like, just play literally anything. You think I actually care about what's on the ad? Just play anything, dude. Like, I don't care. Bro, it's so
seen
stupid.
on TV ad about some useless gadget while I stand up to go grab a snack or take
Facts.
a piss. It gives you a break from the media. Going back to
Facts.
cable TV in 2024 is like visiting your grandma in a nursing home.
Like, bro, how do you still... Are there still ads seen on TV ads? What is TV? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we don't have that,
It's
bro.
cute, and you both get to relive your own versions of memories, but, you know, this isn't gonna last forever. Cable TV did a lot for my generation and the generation that came before me. We were practically raised on television. But all good things come to an end, and I'm pretty sure the end of cable TV has already happened. I mean, yes, it's still around, but so is radio. You know, it's always gonna be here, but it's not a moneymaker. But who knows? If streaming keeps going the way it's going, we might all have to go back to cable, because it's almost as bad. New videos every Saturday and Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I didn't talk about TiVo. Oh my god, how did I forget about TiVo? I may make a whole video about TiVo. And thank you to Fume for sponsoring today's video. Head to tryfume.com and use code BigTug when you order the journey
never
pack
heard of
for a
TiVo.
free topper today.
I ain't never heard of TiVo. No cap. But nah, though. Oh, he did do a deep dive into Adult Swim. 19 minutes. Ain't nothing too crazy. Nah, I like you, Big Tug. That's a good vid out of you, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Fun fact, here in Ireland, when the TV channels would shut down, they would have a pre-save prayer live for Ireland. But just that Catholic. That's fire. That's fire. That was a good vid.